These little circuit simulators are always pretty handy. This particular one is Faustad.com. But I noticed there was a cool way to do a three-way switch mock-up. And that's one of the things I think is best learned by visually understanding how the switch works on the inside. 60 hertz source, this will be your basic feed coming down from your one of your boxes. This is just the basic representation, so all you need to know here is right here you've got a line, you've got your neutral. This flashing red here is indicating that this is live. So this has got 120 volts reference to ground on it, as well as the neutral. And you've got your light bulb in here in between on the neutral end. And on these three-way switches you'll have a common, which will be your line or your load, and then you'll have your two traveler connections. So in this case, since this switch is literally coming from the line side, this will be the line. Since this one is going to the load, which is the bulb, this is the load side. There will always be one energized traveler, because that's what the switch, the three-way switch on the line side does, more or less. And I can click it and you can see it'll give you a representation of what it's doing. So on the line side here, all it's doing is alternating which traveler is going to be hot. So you can see that's all it does. Traveler B is hot now, Traveler A is hot now, Traveler B is hot, Traveler A is hot. And you can see how it facilitates the on and off that way, because your other three-way is only going to be in one position or the other. So since the line side three-way has made Traveler A hot in this instance, then obviously only one of these lines is going to cut power to the load. See, that's what that does. It's just giving continuity to the hot, breaking it, giving it and breaking it. And likewise, you throw hot over to Traveler B, it's doing the same thing, just making and breaking that continuity, but across a different traveler. So that's kind of a cool way to see how it works. Now here's another way you could look at it, where I've got sort of little boxes here. So this could be one box for one switch, and this could be a box for another switch, and you've got your light in its box up here. So let's say, this one right here is your line side, because we've got our power coming in. Got the line right here, and the neutral down here coming in. So with this one, of course, we got the line going to the common terminal on this three-way, and then you've got your two travelers. And you can see that the neutral, in this case, is just feeding all the way through both boxes up to the load. And it's coming back down through here to meet the hot. So it's the same deal. See, the neutral is always going to have current flowing across it. That's the whole point. But once again, you're just alternating on the line side which traveler becomes energized. And likewise on the load side, just making and breaking that particular energized connection. So this here would be when you've got power coming in at the light. So say for whatever reason this circuit is tied in and they're pulling power from another light fixture down the way or something like that, and they've got a constant hot there. So you have one box right here for the light, and you've got another one down here, one switch, and another one down here. Same setup, but in this case you've got your hot basically just feeding all the way through. See, it's going in and out of the first box, and then it's going down to the other switch into the line side, the common terminal, which would be the line side in this case. And then the neutral in this case is coming down, since that's your load on the load end. Neutral's coming down in this case on the common terminal there, which would be the load side. Once again, you've just got two travelers in between, And since this now is your line side, you know, it's just dictating which one is hot. And then you're making and breaking it once again on this side. So the only thing confusing about this setup is a lot of times, because the way it's ran, the wiring won't be this simple looking, I guess you could say. Or when you visualize it in this situation, you have a box here and then you'll have a box here. And you can see in this case you've got 3 wires coming through here. So you would have a 3-wire cable in this case. All the way from this end to that end, you've got your hot passing, you've got one traveler, and you've got another traveler. So in that case, you know, they'll have this portion here, 1, 2, 3 wires. One will be white, one will be black, one will be red, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the white is the neutral. They're just going to be conductors at that point. So, you know, as far as wiring and colors go, it's not going to be that simple, but you can still visualize. This is literally how the current is going to be traveling across the conductors in this configuration.